I didn't headbutt him. He headbutt me. Then Mike started telling everybody I'm a headbutter. Then all of a sudden the thing come out, Evander's a headbutter. I said, my head hurt too. I was acting like it didn't hurt. Cause my mama told me what's gonna happen if you give in to that, he gonna do it again. And it worked. That he ain't headbutt me no more.
Hey everybody, welcome to a very special episode of Hotboxin. Off the fucking hook, baby.
That'd be so cool.
I'm Evan Britton.
I'm Mike Tyson.
And Mike, we've got the champ, Evander Holyfield in the house.
Go for it, 5-time champ, heavyweight champ.
Unbelievable.
The real deal Holyfield, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
What you doing in town, man?
Well, you're down here for this.
An event?
Yes.
Awesome.
Evan, ask him some questions, man.
I just want to first start it off with, I think it's awesome that you guys have this relationship that you have. You know, the battles that you've been through. It's like Clash of the Titans with you guys, man. And talk about a little bit about how you got to this point of being friends after some of the viciousness that you guys went through and put each other through.
I don't know. How do you explain it? You know, we've known each other for a long since we were kids.
Oh, wow.
You know? And I remember, let's just start from the beginning.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Let's just start from the fucking beginning. This is going to be awesome, right? You know, I started doing the amateur boxing in 1980. I won the National Junior Olympics. Then in 81, I won them again. I guess and then 82, I won the National Junior Nationals again and stuff. And then I went, I guess, to Ohio Fair. But I fought in some other championships too, and I met these guys. I met guys from all over. I met Todd Hickman. I met Ricky Womack. I met all these guys. Frank Tate. I met all these other amazing fighters from different parts of the country, and they were always successful fighters, the best fighters. We always know when they entered the tournament they were going to win this and that, and we were all winning. Then one day, I came to the Ohio State Fair to fight in that championship. And then everybody had said, Ricky Womack lost, Frank Tate lost. And everybody's like, who beat them? Who fucking beat them? I don't know, some guy named Holyfield, I don't know his name, Holyfield, I don't know his name. They never said his first name, Holyfield, who the fuck is that? You know, so that was the word going around. So that's how I first became aware of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Wow, when you first heard the name.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
Well, I was 20.
Oh, wow.
Because I hadn't made to the Pan American game yet.
That's amazing. Where did you grow up, Evander?
I grew up in Atlanta.
Grew up in Atlanta?
Yes.
And when did you start boxing?
Started at 8 years old. I coming in from the football field, and
oh, wow.
And I wanted to hit the speed bag. But the man said, you got to be on the boxing team. I said, well, I want to be on the boxing team. He said, nope. And for 4 days, he kept saying no. Then on that Friday, and I looked at him, he looked at me and just shook his head, and I ran up there anyway. And he let me in, and he told me, I don't want you to hit the speed bag, I want you to hit the heavy bag. So I hit it with all that I can, and I knocked the skin off my knuckle. And he started laughing. When he started laughing, I just kept hitting him like that. And he said, you're good. I said, well, thank you. He said, do you know you could be like Muhammad Ali?
Wow.
I said, I'm only 8 years old. He said, you won't always be 8. And when he said that, I knew next week I was gonna be 9. So I believed him. So he asked me, what did I think? I told him I had to ask my mama. And he said, what? I said, I got to ask my mama. So he told me, he said, go ask that good mama that you got and see what she say. I said, mama, she's what? I said, the white man at the boys club said I could be like Muhammad Ali. And my mama said, do you know what they're going to do to you? I said, well, no. She said, they're going to hit you. When she said that, I looked at her, and I started laughing. I get 3 whoopings a day. All my brothers and sisters get a chance to hit me, and I can't even hit them back. So My mom said, well, you can't hit them back. Like that, and she told me I can get on the boxing team. I go in the bathroom, I looked at the mirror and say, Evander Holyfield, the heavyweight champion of the world. It didn't sound good, but I said it. I kept saying it every time I go to the bathroom. I like this because I really want to make my mama proud. And so I go back and tell Mr. Morgan, my mama said I could be the heavyweight champion of the world. And he looked and said, what? I said, my mama said I could be the heavyweight champion of the world. Now I'm thinking this overnight. And he said, son, sit down. Let me tell you this. I don't have that much time because he was 60 years old.
Who was 60?
Mr. Morgan. And he said, I ain't got that much time. He said, do you know what fantasy is? I said, no. He said, all right. He said, because I got to know, he said, because I ain't got that much time. He said, this is what a fantasy is. Fantasy when you want to do something, but you ain't willing to work at it. He said, oh, so is this a fantasy or a goal? He said, because I ain't got that much time. I said, well, a goal? He said, okay then, you fight tomorrow. The next day, they put me on the gloves and stuff, and like that. He said, see that kid right there? I said, yes, sir. He said, when the bell ring, I want you to run out there as fast as you can and hit him in the nose. And I said, okay. So I look at the kid, and that coach told him to run over and hit me in the nose. And so my coach already know what my mama had told him. He needs to listen, follow direction, don't quit. Now, if you don't make him do that, then he's not going to box no more. I said, okay. The bell ring. I run out there, and the other kid run out there. So the white kid got close to me, and he closed his eyes. I didn't close my eyes. I hit him red in the nose. And he started crying. He said, oh, God. And started crying, and the referee stopped the fight. And Mr. Morgan get caught up in the ropes trying to get in there, and he get through, and he said, do you know what you done? I said, you told me to hit him in the nose. He said, yeah. You took your first step in being the heavyweight champion of the world. Like this, and
wow.
And they give me this trophy. So when I come home there, and I show the trophy to my mama, and my mama put that smile on her face, and she put it on the shelf, everybody that came in the house would say, Miss Holyfield, who is the boxer? And she would look and she would smile and say, that little one right there. They say he limp. My mama said, but he can fight. And that started off. Then all of a sudden, I won another trophy and another trophy. And my mama liked trophies. So I finally felt like I was a part of the family because I could do something real well.
Talk about your tournaments. When's your first tournament?
Well, of course, and from that point on, I ran about 4 or 5 fights. Then all of a sudden I get 12, and this Junior Olympic time. Then now I'm fighting kids all over the state of Georgia. And
that's fun though. You see so many fighters you never knew existed, right?
Right. Then you had,
and everybody's talking. That's such and such. That's such and such. That's such and such. I saw him win the Nationals twice. I saw him win the World Tournament. I saw him win the Olympics. And everybody names going. Everybody's wearing their badges that they won their tournaments. And fuck the champ of the world. Now. He's just a kid. He's the best fighter in the world. Everybody's losing their mind.
Yeah. So here it is. In my first loss, I'm like, I fight this kid now. My brother had told me white boys couldn't fight, and I thought he was telling the truth because all the white boys I fight, they say, "Oh God," and they like this. But all of a sudden, my coach, Mr. Morgan, who white, told me, he said, "Are you afraid of this kid here?" And I looked at him. This kid was different from the other white kids because he didn't have no velvet trunks on, and he have his initials, and his mom and dad wasn't with him. And his hair was long. And the other kids,
ringer, huh?
all these other kids had the short hair. And all of a sudden, Mr. Morgan asked me now, I said, no. Because I looked at him because he's white. Now, wow, regardless to how you look, they're still white. So that's what my thinking was. Then all of a sudden, the bell rung. Mr. Morgan said, hit him in the nose. Boy, I hit this boy right in the nose, and he hit me back.
Yeah, that's an interesting feeling, huh?
But so for the whole time, me and him went toe to toe, and the bell rung. That's my first time ever hitting the bell rung. Now they used to call me one punch Holyfield because I just stopped all the other fighters. I stopped them. Now all of a sudden, I go back to the corner. Mr. Morgan said, "What's wrong?" I said, "He hit me back." He said, "Welcome to boxing." And so all of a sudden, go out that second round. Me and this guy we go toe to toe for a minute and a half, like this. And Mr. Mark said, "What's wrong?" I said, "He hit me in the stomach." He said, "Hit him back in the stomach." Then all of a sudden, the third round, and the bell rung. Mr. Mark said, "You got to go back out and see who won." And he said, "The winner, Cecil Collin." And everything just went quiet. Man, and I started crying and I started hollering and told Mr. Morgan I didn't like him no more. I told him I quit. Like this. And so I was crying and they were trying to get me to be quiet. I'm like, man, I was so mad. Now, all of a sudden, I told Mr. Morgan I ain't like him no more and all this. And I quit boxing. And I go home and I tell my mama. And my mama say she didn't raise a quitter. So what that means, she said, "You going back?" And she said, "I don't care how many times you're losing, you going back. You don't quit. Now, you go back." And so come Monday, I went back. And Mr. Morgan asked me, "So why are you doing here?" I said, "Because," I said, "my mama said I had to come back." He looked at me, "Did I not tell you had a good mama?" So I'm mad even more because I don't want to box anymore. And so Mr. Morgan asked me, he said, "Why were you so crying and angry?" I said, "Because you told me I could be the heavyweight champion of the world." He said, "Well, you can still be the heavyweight champion of the world." I said, "I lost." He said, "Son, you didn't lose?" I said, "They gave him the trophy." And he said, "Yeah, because he got the decision." And I said, "Well, did that mean I lost?" He said, "No, you did not lose." I said, "Then why they didn't give me the trophy?" It's because you didn't get the decision. I said, "Well, that mean I lost?" He said, "No, you lose when you quit. When you ain't no boxer no more. When you change your mind, you ain't gonna box no more. That means that you lost because you quit." He said, "If you don't quit, you eventually gonna be the champion. It's not time for you to be the heavyweight champion of the world now today." But I thought that Ali was undefeated. I thought that's the only way you could be. He said, "It ain't time yet. If you don't change your mind, you're going to become the heavyweight champion of the world." So all of a sudden, I go, and so it built my confidence up. So I'm going to have to fight this white kid again. And I fight him, and he beat me again. And I started crying. So I realized that if I tell my mama, she gonna make me go back. So I figured I'd make a sacrifice. I won't eat today. And my mama won't ask me no question. So I come home, and I take a shower and just get into bed, and I hear my mama ask my brother, "Where Chubby at?"
Is your name Chubby?
Yeah, that was my nickname, was Chubby.
Oh
And my brother said, "He don't feel good." And I knew that was the wrong answer. Because who gonna tell a good mama that the kid don't feel good and she's not gonna go in there?
Right.
I hear her walking, boom, 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 boom. So I act like I was asleep. And she turned on the light, and I know she had to be holding her hand on her hips. And she's just looking. And I'm wondering, when is she gonna leave? My eyes started blinking, and she said, boy, you don't open them eyes, I knock them eyes in your head. I opened my eyes. I said, ma'am? She said, what's wrong with you? I said, I just don't feel good, Mama. She said, you know that's not the answer. And she put her hand on her hips and she said, who won that fight?
Oh, no.
When she said that, I realized that, if you lie to my mama, it ain't over then. Whenever she find out the truth, you getting to whooping. So I found that I already lost one shot. So ain't no sense again to whoop again. So I told her the truth. I lost. She said, well, okay then, you know you got to go back, don't you? I said, yes, ma'am. So I realized I got out that bed and went on in to eat. Because my mama done found out that that's the only reason why I wasn't going to eat, because I ain't wanted to tell her the truth. So I told the truth and I ate. Then all of a sudden, then I turned 13, and that's when everything changed.
What happened?
Because what happened when I turned 13, now, this guy Cecil Collins, I was looking for Cecil Collins, because whatever Cecil Collins weighed, I wasn't going to weigh the same thing. So, we used to fight at 100 pounds. So I brought a 5-pound weight with me, because I wasn't going to fight Cecil Collins, because he the only white boy that could beat me. Now, all the other white boys can't beat me. Now, Cecil Collins can, but nobody else. Now, I'm going to dance around Cecil Collins. So I bring this 5-pound weight. So I had 4 of my friends who got on the boxing team. And because they know who win the tournament, get to go out of town. And so this is going to be our first time staying in a motel. So they told us what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Oh, shoot, man.
That's super exciting.
Everybody jumped in there. So all my friends, they ain't fought yet. They don't know that white boys can fight. So they don't know that. So we go to the tournaments, and they go in the weigh-in, and they see all white boys. So now, all of a sudden, they say, Holyfield, we know we gonna beat these white boys. I zipped it up. So I ain't said nothing. They say, man, these white boys, you know they can't fight. So we all win the first night, the second night, and the third night.
That's interesting.
So all of a sudden, we came to the final. So we had to fight 2 times in one day.
I remember we used to do that twice a day.
Yep.
3-round fights?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So
3-minute rounds.
And so all of a sudden, come that evening, so they take us to Burger King. So we all had Whopper, French fries, and shakes. So the first guy lose, the second guy lose, the third guy lose, the fourth guy lose. So I was the last one. They say, Evander, we had cramps. I said, well, I ain't got no cramps. They said, you still gonna lose? I said, no, man, I would lose, but my mama gonna get me. So your mama was the excuse. I said, my mama said, if I'd be the only one to show up, then I have to do it, man. They said, well, you gonna lose anyway? I said, no, I'm not. They said, you know that guy that Cecil Collins? I said, he didn't show up. Then they said, then what is his name doing right here? I see this kid's name, and I start crying instantly. I couldn't hold back the tears. And then they said, see, you crying already. So all of a sudden, they followed me to the gloving table When they get to the gloving table, they see this white kid. They say, "You see Sakala?" He said, "Yeah." They say, "You beat Holyfield?" He said, "Yeah." "You gonna beat him again?" And he said, "Yeah." Then they said, "I told you gonna lose," and I just started crying right in front of that kid.